Hi, today we're going to talk about Sagittarius. Sagittarius in 2019. What's going to happen to Sagittarians in 2019? Let's have a look. First of all, that's the most important transit of all, the transits that I will analyze today. It is that of Jupiter. Jupiter is here at the moment. It's in Sagittarius. And it's been in Sagittarius since the 8th of November 2018. So today we are the 21st of November, so it's been not even 2 weeks since since Jupiter has begun its transit in Sagittarius. Very important transit. Why? Because Sagittarius is ruled, as we say in astrology, by Jupiter. So the planet is very strong in that sign. And it's of course going to have an important and a very remarkable impact in your life if you were born under that sign, Sagittarius, or if you have your rising sign or ascendant in Sagittarius. So the transit is going to last until the 3rd of December next year. Next year, that's 2019. So almost 13 months, which is a long time, really. Enough time to make or try and get the best out of that very strong influence. Jupiter is the largest planet of the solar system. It's about 1,300 times the size of the Earth. So it has a very, very strong magnetic field. And that energy is linked to the idea of growth, progress, evolution. So if you were born under the sign Sagittarius, or if you have your rising sign in Sagittarius, you will most likely feel the energy of Jupiter as something that is going to enhance your desire to succeed in life, and it will most probably also produce some opportunities to succeed in any area of your life that you may put your energy into. But Jupiter is not going to act on its own, no. There are other planets around the zodiac that are going to affect and perhaps even contradict the energy, the good energy of Jupiter, to render it less beneficial. So if you were born under that sign Sagittarius, I suggest you take it easy this year in 2019. Don't overdo it, and don't try to fetch for objectives or goals that are too high, too important, more difficult to access and to reach than what you may imagine. Jupiter will probably make you more enthusiastic, optimistic, trustful as well. And trust is very important, because if you trust yourself beyond the limits, that is to say, if you trust yourself too much and find out later on that you are not really up to it, as we say, you're going to have some disillusion about yourself, because you will feel that you've engaged yourself in something that was far beyond your reach, or maybe you will feel that you have been betrayed by fate, but also by yourself or by someone else. What makes me say that? Neptune. Neptune makes me say that. Neptune is in Pisces. It's been in Pisces since 2012. And being in Pisces, because Pisces is a water sign, it creates what we call a square with Sagittarius. Sagittarius is a fire sign, that's why I draw the sign, the symbol in red. This is a water sign, and as you know, fire and water don't really mix together very well. Huh? Have you tried that before? Well, you know what I mean then. Neptune represents dreams. We all need to dream. We all have to dream. It is vital. If you don't dream at night, if someone stops you from dreaming at night, but not from sleeping at night, you will get very sick after a while. So we need to dream, all right. But we know that when we dream at night and we wake up in the morning, the dream is gone. The dream is a dream, and we accept that for a fact, even though sometimes we would like that dream to carry on and to live on for much longer. But anyway, the thing is that in life, in real life, like in the awakened state, we do dream. We have to dream because we need to hope for something better than what we have. But Neptune may have an influence that is not that positive, in the sense that it will create some sort of a foggy atmosphere around your own life, and your energy represented by the sun in Sagittarius if you were born under that sign, or the energy represented by your ascendant or rising sign if that's the case for you. Neptune is creating a foggy atmosphere, confusion perhaps, and uncertainty in the area, in the fourth area after your sign, fourth sign. This is the first, this is the second, the third, and the fourth. And the fourth may be linked to the fourth house. And the fourth house represents family, home environment, and your place of residence, whatever it is. It's not just the house or the unit or the flat. It may be also the street, the region, the city, or even the country. So there may be some confusion here that's been on for quite a while, because, as I said earlier, Neptune has been in Pisces since 2012, and it will remain there until 2026. It's a long time, 14 years. It may be like 14 years in no man's land. It may also be 14 years during which you don't really know exactly what you want to do, where you want to go, or what you want to achieve as far as your home environment or place of residence and family life is concerned. And now that Jupiter is in Sagittarius, the influence of Neptune is enhanced. So it may produce an evolution of your dream principle. And if you have a project and if you feel that you can make it, if you feel that it is the right time for you, 2019 may be your year. But you will have to handle everything very carefully. Because Neptune may produce the appearances that may not be reality. So you have to really make sure that you don't confuse dream and reality. And if you have something that, if there is something that you feel, if you have an intuition, or if you have an inspiration, a vision, or if you have really an important dream that you want to achieve and to realize, don't forget that Jupiter represents everything that is official. The administration, the legal side of things that you may do in life is also represented by Jupiter. And Jupiter represents also your charisma. So you will have much more positive energy within you while Jupiter transits your sign. And that's always good to take. But it may be too good to be true for some reason. You may not trust yourself, or you may not trust someone else. You may feel a bit confused. That's why you will have to take things step by step. Instead of saying, well, that's fantastic, I'm going to go into that, I'm sure it's going to work and everything. Because Jupiter may make you over-optimistic and enthusiastic to the point that you may trust the people you are dealing with, or that you may want to get involved with, but maybe not in a very realistic way. So that configuration between Jupiter and Neptune is the main configuration you'll have to watch in 2019. Because if you make a mistake, it may be very costly. Costly because Jupiter, as I said before, represents anything to do with the legal side of matters, or whatever they are. So if you get engaged in a relationship, or if you want to buy a house, for example, as we saw earlier, Neptune may influence the fourth house in your chart, even if it's only the fourth solar house, not taking into consideration the fact that you may have the ascendant somewhere else. If you were born under the sign Sagittarius, I consider that the fourth sign from your sign is linked to the fourth house. And the fourth house represents your home environment. So you may have a project to buy a house, or to sell even. So any important transaction involving money, or involving close ones as well, people around you, your family life is represented by house 4. Don't overdo it. Don't trust too much what you may be able to repay, for example, because you never know what lies around the corner waiting for you, and maybe there will be some setbacks and you will have some difficulties to repay the loan or whatever. So take it easy in 2019. Try to absorb the energy of Jupiter and to store it in some way. Because once you exactly know what you want to do, and once you have looked at all the aspects of the project that you may have in a very realistic and objective manner, then you can move forward. And I would suggest that the first few weeks of that transit of Jupiter, until it becomes retrograde, which will happen, if I remember well, on the 11th of April. So anything that you can do before the 11th of April to get things moving forward, or to prepare things to move forward at a later stage, on every date, I think that whatever you're going to do before the 11th of April will have the impact or will have an effect when Jupiter starts to move forward again. Because once it is in reverse motion, from my point of view on Earth, of course, the Jupiter is not going to move back. It's still moving in the same direction all the time around the Earth, but the Earth turns 12 times faster around the Sun than Jupiter does, so we overtake Jupiter very often. And when we overtake Jupiter, it seems that Jupiter is moving backwards, which is actually a physical phenomenon. So it does have an impact on the influence of Jupiter that becomes less strong, and it will last until the 12th of August. So between the 11th of April and the 12th of August, whatever you have prepared before that, before the 11th of April, may go into standby motion. It's like when you are preparing a cake, or if you want to make bread, you have to mix everything together and then let it stand for a while, and then put it in the oven, and then you get beautiful bread or beautiful cake. So that it's a bit the same with that influence of Jupiter. While the planet retrogrades, it's not advised to get into anything officially, first of all. So if you haven't achieved anything before the 11th of April, in an official manner, then wait until the 12th of August to give it another go. Or if you have done everything before the 11th of April, carefully, as I said earlier, watching for everything and making sure that you are 100% objective and realistic, then let it stand for about 4 months. Don't worry about if it doesn't move anymore, if you don't hear about the loan that you've applied for or anything. Just let it stand, because by the 12th of August until the end of the transit on the 3rd of December next year, then things will move forward again. And that's probably when you're going to get the most out of that, of the influence of Jupiter. Another influence, another planet is two other planets actually, Pluto and Saturn. They're both here in Capricorn. Capricorn is the second sign after yours, yours being the first one, of course. So 1, 2. 2 is house number 2 is money. We all need money, huh? And here we have Pluto. Pluto in the second house, if it's not your second house because you weren't born with your rising sign in Sagittarius, it is your solar second house. That's how I consider it. So Pluto here represents what you have to accept to lose, what you may have had to accept to lose in the past, because Pluto has been in Capricorn since 2008, so quite a while now, more than 10 years. And whatever may have happened to your finances during those 10 years may have been a bit difficult to accept, but to be able to accept what happens in your life enables you to move forward and to leave behind what the past may hold as far as bitterness and anything that's not very, very nice and very positive at all. Just leave it behind. And that's what Saturn may help you do. When Saturn reaches the position of Pluto, that will almost occur on the 1st of May or 30th of April, when Pluto is at 23 degrees in Capricorn and Saturn at 20 degrees 31 in Capricorn. It's almost a conjunction, but not quite. But it's maybe enough for you to actually accept what has happened in the past and say, okay, now I'm moving forward. I just forget about what happened and now I want to move forward towards the future. And the future is represented by Uranus. Uranus is here now. Well, it's actually now, right now, today, on the 21st of November 2018, Uranus is back in Aries. And it will be back in Aries until the 6th of March next year. In Aries, it is forming a very beneficial aspect with your sign. And of course, more or less with Jupiter, that's in that sign now. Now, the transit moving backwards and then moving forward again, Uranus will start moving forward again on the 7th or during the night of the between the 6th and 7th of January next year, 2019. So from that day on, from the 7th of January until the 6th of March, when Uranus goes back into Taurus and remains then in Taurus for about 7 years, you will have some time to reflect and to go back onto what has changed in a very recent future. But then again, the changes that you may have been able to realize on a very positive manner will tend to motivate you again very strongly between those dates that I've just mentioned, especially then between the 7th of January until the 6th of March, for about 3 months. 3 months during which whatever you have been able to change last year, for example, in a positive way, but not that you have not completely finished to change, you may be able to go back to that and reactivate the changes that you were able to initiate in 2018 or 2017 perhaps, because Uranus has been transiting in Aries since March 2011. So for all those years, being in aspect with your sign or your ascendant, Uranus has enabled you to adapt to changes, any changes, to be more inventive, more original in the way you have been acting in your life, and it most probably has served your interest in many ways, and it's allowed also any drastic and difficult changes to or difficult events to be dealt with in a much easier manner, hopefully anyway. Because once Uranus is in Taurus, its influence is going to create what we call an inconjunct with your sign. And that inconjunct is going to last for 7 years, almost 7 years. It's a long time, during which you may feel less sure of yourself about what you want to do, where you want to go, what you want to change in your life. So there will be an effort to make, for sure, from the time the changes that you are able to achieve positively are concluded in a very realistic and concrete manner for a long time, many years to come. Then, if even though Uranus may be forming an inconjunct with your sign and making it perhaps more difficult to go forward and to decide, because the inconjunct is the aspect that represents our tendency to say, I know what I should do today, but I'll do it tomorrow, or perhaps the day after. We'll see. And that's not, that's something that can prevent you from taking the best or getting the best of the opportunities that will come forward into your life. If you are not sure of when, how, and what you should do, even though you know what you should do, you don't feel like you are going to do it, then of course there will be some setbacks. And because the influence is going to last for 7 years or so, it's a long time. And if you are not really sure of yourself because you don't really know when or what and how you're going to do what you want to do, you're not going to move forward in life. So you will need to kick yourself somewhere so that you move and do the things, and you'll have to take to take your life into your own hands, as we say, to do what you have to do. You know what you have to do, you do it straight away. You don't wait until tomorrow. You know what you should not do, you don't do it. It's just the same. So, because if you know that you shouldn't do what you are doing and you still do it, well, and if you have a problem after that, that's your life. But I mean, try, and this year, thanks to Jupiter transiting your sign, you will most probably have sufficient positive energy to move forward and to say, okay, now I know what I should do, I will do it now. I know what I should not do, I'm not going to do it. That's it. Even if I'm very tempted to do it, for many reasons, any reason, if you know deep down that you should not do what you want to do, don't do it. And everything should be fine then after that. But it's not so easy, of course, not so easy. Now, the transit of Mars. Mars will not go through your sign during that year. You see, on the 31st of December, it will almost be at the end of Scorpio. So it will be here. So it's not going really to affect you so much. But of course, when Mars transits into Aries from the 1st of March until the 15th of February, Mars being here will be of enhancing the energy of Jupiter in a positive way. And that's something that you may be able to take advantage of. But right now, Mars is in Pisces, and it's been in Pisces since the 15th of November 2018, and it's going to be in Pisces until the end, until the 31st of December, 1st of January. So be careful, because during that time, Mars is going to enhance the energy of Neptune, representing confusion and the mistakes that you may make because you may be too much in a hurry to get what you want to get, because you'll be feeling that you should get that, or perhaps you'll be getting into trouble because you have made some mistakes in the past, and that past may be quite far away because Neptune has been in that sign Pisces since 2012, as I said earlier. So take it easy right now, and until the end of this year, you should make sure that you don't move forward too fast, that you don't get excited for no reason. Otherwise, you will probably get in trouble. Yes. Take it easy. It will be much better afterwards, for about 6 weeks until the 15th of February. And around the 15th of February, during the first 2 weeks of February, Mars and Uranus will be conjunct here and in positive relationship with your sign and with Jupiter, that's in it as well. And that's maybe a very good time to make a positive decision to move forward, or to to change direction. Change is represented by Uranus. Change and imagination, inspiration, ideas, very positive ideas, and what you can get from ideas like that will be much more to you reach during those two first weeks of February, from the 1st of February until the end of the transit of Uranus here. Take it easy too when Mars is going to transit in Gemini, because it will form an opposition with your sign and Jupiter that's in it, and that will be between the 1st of April and the 17th of May. Good for you here, while Mars is in Leo. That's between the 1st of July and the 19th of August, because Mars will form a trine aspect with your sign. It will enhance your ability to succeed in life, in anything that you are involved with. And that's it. Now, the last transit I want to talk about is the transit of Venus. And you'll be lucky this year, in 2019 at least, because Venus is going to transit your sign twice. The first time between the 8th of January and the 4th of February, and the second time between the 2nd of November and the 27th of November. And Venus brings you love, luck, good things of life. Well, it's always good to take. So take note of those dates that I've just mentioned. 8th of January, 4th of February, during those 3 weeks. And 3 weeks here as well, between the 2nd of November until the 27th of November. Luck, good things of life, and you will feel better, a little better, and people will have a more positive feeling about you as well. So that may help you if you have an important meeting, or if you have a job interview, or if you love someone and you feel that it's the right time to tell the person that you're in love with her or him. Don't hesitate. During those 2 times 3 weeks, you will be more lovable. Well, it's always good to take, once again, so don't hesitate. That's it. I have finished this analysis. If you like it, don't hesitate to write a comment. And if you need more information or a complete forecast, don't hesitate either to visit my website, and you will find all the information necessary to order a forecast, or perhaps just ask a question about something that's happening in your life, or something that you want to do, or whatever. I will answer to your questions very quickly, but go visit my website to order a forecast, or to order an answer, reply to one question. Thank you. I wish you a very, very nice end of 2018 and a beautiful next year. It may be very nice. It may be very nice. If you are careful, then Jupiter definitely will be your friend. And it's a very good friend to have, because Jupiter represents success. Thank you. Bye for now.